Hot Topic is unlike any other store of its size. They're probably the only nationwide chain that caters exclusively to people interested in alternative lifestyle trends and pop culture. If you're a 90s kid, you probably remember it as the most wild-looking store in the mall, where middle schoolers who were into rock music and goth stuff hung around. Today, we're gonna take a look at the history of Hot Topic and how it has changed with the times to stay relevant over all these years. Hot Topic was founded in 1989 from a garage, just like many other successful American businesses. It was started by a man named Orv Madden, who was an MBA from the University of Chicago and an experienced businessman in the retail industry. He noticed that there was a marketing opportunity after channels like MTV and other forms of alternative youth culture started taking off. Traditional retailers at the time were not selling music-related t-shirts and unconventional accessories that the youth was into. So he decided to cater to this underserved market, and in November of the same year, Orv and his wife took all of their savings and opened their first store in a mall in Montclair, California. The first Hot Topic store immediately pulled in customers and was a success. We can attribute this success to Orv Madden's correct understanding of what was trending at the time and what their target audience of teenagers and young adults wanted to buy. Unlike most new businesses, Hot Topic was able to break even in its first year itself. This just meant one thing: massive expansion. So the company did what it had to. It raised $11 million from investors, which, along with the company's earnings, was used to open many new locations of the stores over the years. Today, there are over 675 Hot Topic stores across the United States. According to us, one reason for Hot Topic's early success was its very clear messaging. From the design of their logo and the look of their store, to what they're selling inside, all of it was catered to their unique set of customers. At their first store, they sold items like band t-shirts, which by the way were rock and alternative music brands that were popular amongst the niche crowd, and these items were not for everyone. Hot Topic shoppers took pride in the fact that they were shopping from a place where mainstream music listeners wouldn't shop. They also sold a ton of music posters and jewelry that were considered cool and edgy at the time. If you visited a Hot Topic in the 90s or early 2000s, you would remember that the store's layout and lighting resembled a set from a music video more than a retail store at a mall. Another reason for Hot Topic's success, and arguably the biggest reason behind its success, is its ability to recognize and predict what's trending among its customers. And doing this isn't as easy as it may sound. Trends are tough to keep up with in general, but when you add keeping inventory according to the current trends in the mix, it's a whole new ballgame. They have to be quick to notice if a band or type of music is becoming uncool and cut purchasing. And at the same time, always keep an eye on what's popping up and buy more of that stock. Ensuring there is minimum wastage and efficiently moving stock can be tricky in a business that is so heavily dependent on trends. But Hot Topic seems to have gotten the formula right. The company also went to great lengths to ensure they were always ahead of the game. For example, back in the day, they had this policy where if an employee wanted to attend a music concert, they would pay for the ticket as long as the employee submitted a fashion report of what people were wearing and what seemed to be trending at the concert. By 2001, Hot Topic had reached a store count of 346. Another thing that happened in 2001 was Orv Madden retired from Hot Topic after serving as CEO since the start of the company. By the beginning of 2004, their store count grew to 500 stores. But the 2000s was also a time when a few things changed for Hot Topic when it came to market conditions. Sales of things like CDs were declining due to the rise of internet and streaming. Footfall at malls was also on a decline due to the growth of online shopping. But biggest of all, the whole metal and goth scene that Hot Topic had become synonymous with was no longer that popular. So naturally, the company had to adapt to these changes. And in typical Hot Topic fashion, they pivoted and started catering to a different type of lifestyle. They found something else that the youth is obsessed with. It was pop culture. Around 2013, Hot Topic began keeping a lot of pop culture items in their stores, like Harry Potter and Twilight merch. By 2015, they had completely shifted their focus toward catering to fandoms of popular movies, anime, TV series, and musicians. Fandoms are really popular and strong, even to this day. For example, Take the BTS fans, Harry Potter fanatics, Taylor Swift fans, or Swifties as they call it. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. So Hot Topic recognized the huge opportunity here and grabbed it at the right time. When Hot Topic first made this switch, a lot of its old loyal customers were not very happy with the change. They felt like the company sold out and became too mainstream. But can we blame them? They are called Hot Topic for a reason. They sell what's hot at the moment, and that's exactly what they were doing when they pivoted to selling pop culture stuff. Plus, predicting and responding to market trends is what led to their success in the first place. So why should they stop doing that? In any case, we think one thing we can all agree on is that Hot Topic is unlike any other chain store out there. They've made billions in sales over the past 30 years, so it's definitely a success story worth sharing. We think it would be interesting to see what trend the company will pick up on next. What are your thoughts on this? If you're old enough to remember the Hot Topic of the 90s and early 2000s, tell us what memory you have of the store from back then. Also, we'd love to know what differences you've noticed between the Hot Topic of the early 2000s versus the Hot Topic of today. Tell us in the comments below. We love hearing from you. This is surely one of those companies that invoke a lot of emotion amongst Americans and also has a nostalgic element to it, so it's always fun to hear what others have to say about it. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on some of your favorite companies. We'll see you in the next video.